Let me introduce myself. My name is Barbara Beck, and I've been working in transition planning and special education for over 30 years. And my passion lies in building self-advocacy skills through the transition planning process from school to adulthood. I love working with and supporting other like-minded individuals and professionals. Over the years, I've discovered several keys to a successful transition from high school to adulthood. And so today I want to share some transformative insights regarding transition planning and really helping us all aim for positive post-school outcomes. The transition from school to adulthood is really rewarding, but it also can be very challenging, especially with our population of students who are in special education and receiving those services. Strong and well thought out transition planning is essential to ensure their success. Taking the time to really lay out what that is so important. Effective transition planning goes beyond just ticking the boxes in the IEP, and it's really about creating a strategy centered around the students' interests, their strengths, and their future aspirations. Self-advocacy really is the key to all of it, and building those skills is critical to the process. Teaching students to understand what their needs really are, expressing their goals and writing their own goals, and then actively participating in the IEP planning process, IEP meetings, all of those things set the foundation for lifelong success. I often discuss three critical keys to high school and beyond, and those are all created, from my perspective, in three sets of keys. And that first set would be about exploring and sharing personal preferences. Number two, the second set is about career development and transition. And then a third set of keys all about independent living. And each of those sets of keys play a vital role in helping students transition smoothly into adulthood. As we delve deeper into the keys to high school and beyond, I invite you to view this program as a comprehensive roadmap designed to guide students through the complexities of transition planning. The program isn't just a collection of resources. It's really a dynamic framework that empowers students to take charge of their own futures. The introductory workbook, My Personal Information, the students will begin their journey by reflecting on their unique identities, their preferences, and their aspirations as well. And this is a foundational step, and it sets the stage for meaningful engagement in all of the rest of the keys, which are 14 keys in the rest of the program. Each key serves as a digital flipbook, complete with interactive student workbooks that can facilitate hands-on learning and self-reflection. These resources are designed to engage students in a very dynamic way. They're meant to be accessible, and they are intended to really ensure that all students, regardless of their learning styles, can participate fully. It's grounded in and thought through with Universal Design for Learning, or a UDL framework. The program incorporates visual symbols throughout so that it's very engaging visually, and then also audio prompts for everything that they would consider, everything that they would read or need to think about or respond to is provided in an audio prompt. It also has fillable PDFs that support diverse learning and the ability to easily have students use their voice to text in their responses. This really helps them to advocate for their own goals. So as we start this journey together, I encourage you to embrace the spirit of collaboration and innovation. Whether you're a teacher or an IEP team member, a family member, or whatever role you play in special education, we are really wanting to create an environment where self-advocacy flourishes and students feel empowered to pursue their dreams with the most confidence possible. So thank you for your time here and joining me on this exciting adventure. Let's unlock potential within each of our students and pave the way for a future filled with opportunities and success. Let's start off our exploration with what students should consider and work through with the section called My Personal Information. It's our first step in considering each of the 14 keys to high school and beyond. The first section that we will explore is my personal information. This is the introductory work that students will do before utilizing each of the 14 keys of the program. Sharing personal preferences is the theme for the introduction of this first set of keys. It is designed to empower students to explore and articulate the core aspect of who they are, including their identity, personal health needs, and the relationships that they value the most. Understanding these components is central to fostering self-awareness, promoting well-being, and enhancing social connections. At the heart of this resource is really the belief that every student deserves to know and express their identity. This includes recognizing their unique characteristics, their preferences, and experiences that will shape and are shaping who they are. Students will have the opportunity to reflect on their personal identities and articulate their needs in a really supportive environment in your classroom before they go out and share with others. A critical component of this resource focuses on personal health and well-being. Students will be guided to share their information about their health status, any medical considerations, and their feelings regarding their overall well-being. This section emphasizes the importance of health literacy, understanding that when you go to a doctor or see a specialist, being able to communicate the right things to them, to communicate their needs effectively and advocate for themselves in a wide variety of settings. We also take a look at aspects to enhance social connections and relationships. This section encourages students to identify key individuals in their lives, whether it's their family members, their friends, mentors, job coaches, or other people that support them and encourage them. And by recognizing these important relationships, students can foster a sense of belonging and community, which is essential for their emotional well-being. We also focus on guiding them to explore their personal preferences, such as their favorite activities, their foods that they like, all of their hobbies that they're interested in. The exploration not only helps students articulate their likes and dislikes, but also serves as the foundation for building connections with peers and sharing the similar interests that they have with others. Understanding personal preferences is a stepping stone to developing social skills and engaging in collaborative activities, both inside your classroom and in a wide variety of contexts. So how should you think about using this resource? If you're a teacher, you can use the Keys to High School and Beyond in a variety of ways to support your students' growth and development. So for example, classroom activities that you can be doing on a daily basis, you can incorporate the resource into classroom discussions and activities, morning meetings, or parts of the day that you want to have your students collaborating and asking each other questions. This promotes a culture of openness and acceptance where students really feel comfortable expressing themselves with others. It also provides an opportunity for individualized reflection. We want to encourage students to complete the sections of Keys to High School and Beyond independently, providing them with the space to reflect on their identities and their needs. And this can be particularly beneficial for students who may need a little bit more time to process their thoughts. When using the keys, I also focus a lot on peer support and peer coaching. Facilitate peer sharing sessions where students can discuss their personal identities and preferences in smaller groups in your classroom. One of the most important parts of utilizing the Keys to High School and Beyond really is the parent involvement. You can share this resource with parents and guardians, inviting them to engage in discussions with their children about personal identity and their health needs. This partnership can enhance students' understanding of their backgrounds and their support systems that they have. It's my hope that this resource will become part of your own classroom experiences and effort in helping students understand the core of who they are. By exploring their identities, their health needs, and social connections, students will be better equipped to navigate challenges of high school and beyond. And as educators, we play a crucial role in guiding them through the journey of self-discovery, ensuring that every student feels valued and empowered to express their unique identity. Thank you for your commitment to fostering a supportive and inclusive learning environment for all students. Now that we've discussed what's needed to lay the foundation of building self-advocacy through personal information, it's now time to start discussing what each of the 14 keys are intended to do and how they can have an impact on promoting self-advocacy toward positive post-school outcomes. First, let's take a look at key number 1, My Dream. It's designed to help students explore their dreams, identify their skills, and set goals for their future. This section encourages students to engage in self-reflection and envision what their lives might look like after graduation. This key begins by prompting students to fill out a My Dream statement, where they express their hopes and their aspirations for the future. Students are asked to consider their best skills, whether they are artistic, have strong people skills, or excel in technology, and think about potential jobs that align with those skills and make sense for pursuing in the future. This exercise not only helps students recognize their strengths, but also encourages them to think critically about their future career paths. Additionally, key number 1 guides students to identify the steps that they need to take to achieve their dreams. This includes recognizing any additional skills or education that they may need, as well as practical considerations such as transportation and accessibility. Students are encouraged to reflect on what makes them the happiest and how they can incorporate those elements into their future plans. Overall, key number 1 serves as a foundational tool for students to articulate their dreams, understand their unique abilities, and develop a roadmap for achieving those goals. It fosters a sense of self-advocacy by empowering students to take ownership of their futures and encouraging them to seek the support that they need to actually succeed in the future. Through this process, students learn the importance of setting realistic goals and all of the steps that are needed to turn their dreams into reality. They're also provided all of the steps that they need to create a really comprehensive project that they can do independently or with others to put on display what their own dream looks like and be able to share that dream with others. Key number 2 is titled My Story in the Keys to High School and Beyond program. It invites students to dive deeper into their personal narratives by reflecting on their past, present, and future. And students are encouraged to collaborate with their family or guardians to help them remember their own personal history and their story. This section is designed to help students articulate their unique life experiences, fostering a sense of identity and self-advocacy. In My Story, students are encouraged to gather information about their lives through guided prompts and questions. They will explore significant aspects of their personal journey, including where they came from, the challenges that they've faced, and the achievements that they're proud of. This reflective process allows students to recognize the strengths and skills that they possess, as well as areas that they may want to grow. The key components of this section include a personal reflection. Students are prompted to write about their past experiences, significant events, and the lessons learned along the way. This reflection helps them understand how their history has shaped their current identity. Also, their current situation is where students are asked to describe the present circumstances, including their living situation, relationships, and daily activities. This helps them gain clarity on their current environment and how it influences their goals. Also, future aspirations are considered. Students are encouraged to think about their hopes and dreams for the future. They will consider how they want to achieve all the things that they desire in the coming 5 years and even 10 years down the line. This forward-thinking approach empowers students to set meaningful goals and envision their path ahead. Strengths and weaknesses are also really highlighted in this section. Through brainstorming activities, students identify their strengths and areas for improvement. This self-assessment is crucial for developing self-advocacy skills as it enables students to articulate their needs and seek support when necessary. To support students in this narrative writing process, perfect for an English language arts classroom or outside of the classroom in other generalized settings, teachers can provide structured activities such as worksheets and graphic organizers or storytelling exercises. For students with moderate to severe disabilities, it's essential to offer additional accommodations, such as visual aids, maybe some simplified language, and alternative methods of expression to ensure that all students can engage meaningfully with the material. Ultimately, key number 2, My Story, empowers students to take ownership of their narratives, fostering a sense of pride in their experiences and encouraging them to advocate for themselves. By articulating their stories, students not only enhance their own self-awareness, but also build the confidence needed to navigate their educational journeys and beyond. Key number 2 is titled My Story in the Keys to High School and Beyond program. It invites students to dive deeper into their personal narratives by reflecting on their past, present, and future. And students are encouraged to collaborate with their family or guardians to help them remember their own personal history and their story. This section is designed to help students articulate their unique life experiences, fostering a sense of identity and self-advocacy. In My Story, students are encouraged to gather information about their life through guided prompts and questions. They will explore significant aspects of their personal journey, including where they came from, the challenges that they've faced, and the achievements that they're proud of. This reflective process allows students to recognize the strengths and skills that they possess, as well as areas that they may want to grow. The key components of this section include a personal reflection. Students are prompted to write about their past experiences, significant events, and the lessons learned along the way. This reflection helps them understand how their history has shaped their current identity. Also, their current situation is where students are asked to describe the present circumstances, including their living situation, relationships, and daily activities. This helps them gain clarity on their current environment and how it influences their goals. Also, future aspirations are considered. Students are encouraged to think about their hopes and dreams for the future. They will consider how they want to achieve all the things that they desire in the coming 5 years and even 10 years down the line. This forward-thinking approach empowers students to set meaningful goals and envision their path ahead. Strengths and weaknesses are also really highlighted in this section. Through brainstorming activities, students identify their strengths and areas for improvement. This self-assessment is crucial for developing self-advocacy skills as it enables students to articulate their needs and seek support when necessary. To support students in this narrative writing process, perfect for an English language arts classroom or outside of the classroom in other generalized settings, teachers can provide structured activities such as worksheets and graphic organizers or storytelling exercises. For students with moderate to severe disabilities, it's essential to offer additional accommodations, such as visual aids, maybe some simplified language, and alternative methods of expression to ensure that all students can engage meaningfully with the material. Ultimately, key number 2, My Story, empowers students to take ownership of their narratives, fostering a sense of pride in their experiences and encouraging them to advocate for themselves. By articulating their stories, students not only enhance their own self-awareness, but also build the confidence needed to navigate their educational journeys and beyond. Key number 3, My Communication, an essential component of the Keys to High School and Beyond program, is designed to empower students in their journey toward effective self-advocacy and communication. This section is crafted to help students explore their unique communication styles, preferences, and abilities, fostering a deeper understanding of who they are and how they can express themselves confidently in a variety of settings. As educators, you play a crucial role in guiding students through this process, helping them recognize the importance of making their voices known and heard. The intent of key number 3 is to provide students with the tools and strategies they need to access their communication skills and identify areas of growth. By encouraging in reflective activities and discussions, students will learn to articulate their needs, preferences, and feelings, which is important for their personal and academic success. This self-awareness not only enhances their ability to communicate effectively, but also builds their confidence in advocating for themselves in diverse situations, whether in the classroom, at home, or within the community. To maximize the impact of key number 3, consider collaborating with speech-language pathologists or SLPs if your student has that support provider. They can also offer some great insight and specialized support and guidance tailored to every student's unique communication needs. SLPs can assist in developing individualized communication plans, implementing appropriate strategies, and providing targeted interventions that align with the goals of key number 3. Together, educators and SLPs can create a comprehensive support system that empowers students to thrive in their communication journey. As you integrate key number 3 into your classroom and community settings, consider the diverse communication styles and preferences of your students. Embrace Universal Design for Learning, or UDL principles, to ensure that students have equitable access to learning opportunities. This may include using visual aids, maybe assistive technology, and alternative communication methods to accommodate varying needs. By fostering an inclusive environment that celebrates diversity, you will help students feel valued and understood, encouraging them to express themselves freely and confidently. In summary, key number 3, My Communication, is a powerful tool for fostering self-advocacy and effective communication among students. By understanding its intent and utilizing collaborative approaches with speech-language pathologists, you can create a supportive and enriching environment where students are empowered to use their own voice and advocate for themselves as they transition into adulthood. Together, let's inspire our students to embrace their unique communication styles and confidently navigate the world around them. In key number 4 of the Keys to High School and Beyond program, students engage in a journey of self-discovery and empowerment as they explore their personal interests, preferences, and community access. This section serves as a vital platform for students to express themselves, develop self-advocacy skills, and foster a sense of independence. By encouraging students to identify their favorite activities, hobbies, and aspirations, teachers can help them build confidence in expressing their unique preferences and desires. Through activities like creating a personal interest inventory, designing weekend plans, and exploring public transportation options, students are empowered to take ownership of their choices and voice their needs. For students with moderate to severe disabilities, teachers can adapt the lessons by providing additional support and accommodations. Visual aids, simplified language, and hands-on activities can enhance understanding and engagement. Encouraging peer interactions using assistive technology and incorporating sensory elements can make the learning experience more inclusive and accessible for all students. To extend this lesson further, teachers can facilitate community outings to practice their public transportation skills, visit accessible places, and participate in hands-on experiences related to the students' personal preferences. Collaborating with community partners, inviting guest speakers with disabilities to share their experiences into the classroom, and incorporating real-life scenarios can really deepen students' understanding of self-advocacy and community engagement. Through this section of the program, students with diverse abilities are encouraged to embrace their individuality and to advocate for their needs, and also to navigate the communities with confidence. By fostering a supportive and inclusive learning environment, teachers play a crucial role in empowering students to become self-advocates and active participants in shaping the future. And this is all done by sharing their personal preferences. Key number 5, titled My Self-Assessments, is centered on guiding students through their own self-reflection and insight into how they're currently doing in a variety of areas, and to also consider changes that they might need to make as they establish their own goals in the IEP transition planning process. The primary components of key number 5 include self-reflection activities. This is where students are guided through a series of self-reflection exercises that prompt them to think critically about their emotional, recreational, and educational experiences. This includes evaluating how well they are performing in various areas of their lives, such as school, work, relationships, and personal interests. By articulating their feelings and experiences, students gain insight into their personal growth and areas where they may want to improve. Also, strengths and weaknesses identification activities. A key focus of this section is helping students identify their strengths and weaknesses. Through structured prompts and guided discussions, students learn to recognize their unique abilities and challenges that they face. This process not only builds self-awareness, but it also encourages students to take ownership of their own learning and development. Another part of this section is connecting strengths to vocational tasks, which is really important in the steps of transition planning. Students are encouraged to think about how they identify strengths and how those can be applied to potential job tasks. This component helps students make connections between their personal attributes and the skills required for various careers. By brainstorming specific job tasks that align with their own strengths, students can envision themselves in future roles, which enhances their motivation and helps them along in the goal-setting process. And then for that goal-setting process and action planning, we want to focus on identifying their strengths and weaknesses, but then also students are guided to set personal goals related to their self-assessment findings. This includes creating an action plan that outlines the steps that they can take to leverage their strengths and address their weaknesses as well. Goal setting fosters a sense of purpose and direction, and it empowers students to take proactive steps toward their future. We also focus here on community connections. Key number 5 emphasizes the importance of generalizing skills learned in the classroom to real-world contexts. Students are encouraged to think about how they can apply their self-assessment insights in community settings, such as through volunteering, internships, or participation in local events. This connection to the community not only reinforces their learning, but it also promotes social engagement and independence. Overall, key number 5, My Self-Assessments, serves as the foundational tool for students to develop self-awareness, self-advocacy, and essential life skills. By encouraging and engaging students in this reflective process, they're better able to navigate the educational paths that they want to take and advocate for their needs. They also are supported in preparing for a successful transition into adulthood and into the workforce. This section not only supports individual growth, but it also fosters a sense of belonging and a purpose within the broader community. Well, let's talk about key number 6, titled My Career Research. It's a pivotal component of the Keys to High School and Beyond, and it's designed to guide students through the essential process of exploring potential career pathways. This section emphasizes the importance of aligning career choices with individual strengths, interests, and aptitudes, ultimately fostering a sense of self-awareness and empowerment in students as they prepare for their futures. The significance of breaking down the steps in this career research process cannot be overstated. Here's a detailed explanation of how teachers can effectively support students in navigating this journey. First, self-assessments. The first step in career research process is really involving helping students conduct a self-assessment to identify their strengths, interests, and aptitudes. We do that in key number 5, and this can be achieved through various tools. In addition to that, interest inventories, skills assessments, and personality tests as well. By understanding their unique abilities, students can begin to see how these attributes align with different career options that they might choose. Also, exploring career options is so important. Once students have a clearer understanding of their strengths and interests, the next step is to explore various career options that really resonate with them. Teachers can guide students in researching different industries, job roles, and career pathways. This exploration can include using online resources, visiting career centers, and engaging with local professionals through informational interviews or job shadowing experiences. Connecting strengths to careers is the next most important topic area. It's crucial for students to make connections between the identified strengths and the actual tasks that they might be expected to do on the job. Teachers can facilitate discussions and activities that encourage students to think critically about their skills and how those can be applied to various job settings. This step helps students to visualize themselves in specific roles and to also understand the relevance of their strengths in the workplace. Social stories are really important in this activity of connecting strengths to careers and visualizing themselves in those settings. Setting goals with the students and giving them the structure to be able to do that and learn how to do it effectively. We want to start doing that after exploring the career options and making the connections. They should be encouraged to set realistic and achievable career goals. Teachers can assist students in developing short-term and long-term goals related to their career aspirations, including educational requirements, skill development needed, and potential internship or job opportunities. Goal setting is really important as it fosters a sense of direction and motivation as students work toward their desired career paths. Also, students in this section will culminate to a career research report. They'll actually write a report after they've gathered information about their chosen career path. They can compile their findings into a structured career research report, and the report should include key details such as job descriptions, required skills and education, the potential work environment and what that would look and feel like, and also the insights gained from research and interviews. This process not only reinforces their learning, but also serves as a valuable resource for future reference. Teachers should encourage students to utilize various career resources available at the school, in the school district, and in the community. This includes accessing Career Center for guidance, attending workshops, and participating in career fairs or other local agencies that might be putting on some exploratory opportunities for students. By engaging in these resources and walking alongside DVR, or the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, in those activities, students can gain additional insights and support as they navigate their career exploration journey. And finally, self-reflection It's so critical for students to reflect on their career research experience. Teachers can facilitate discussions that encourage students to articulate what they have learned about themselves and their career options. This reflection process promotes self-advocacy and empowers students to take ownership of their career choices and advocate for the resources and support that they need to achieve their goals. By breaking down these steps, teachers can provide structured guidance that helps students to navigate the complexity of career research. This approach not only enhances students' understanding of potential career pathways, but it also fosters a sense of agency where they are in charge of their own process through life and approaching jobs in the future. And ultimately, key number 6 really does serve as a foundational tool for students to explore their futures, aligning their aspirations with their strengths, and embark on a path toward fulfilling a meaningful career. Ultimately, key number 6 serves as a foundational tool for students to explore their futures, align their aspirations with their strengths, and start out on a journey toward fulfilling and meaningful career pathways in the future. Key number 7, My Transition Plans in the Keys to High School and Beyond program, is focused on empowering students to take control of their transition planning as they prepare for their life after high school. This is done with you as you are the coach and they are the one designing their own plan. It's a section that encourages students, including those with moderate to severe disabilities, to create personalized goals that reflect their unique strengths, interests, and aspirations, building on all of the things that they gained in the previous keys. And this is done through structured activities such as goal-setting exercises and the transition picture scavenger hunt. Students are guided to visualize their future and articulate their plans for achieving their desired outcomes. You can build the students' skills in this key to actually take those goals and embed them into your IEP transition plans. The key emphasizes the importance of self-advocacy. It helps students to understand their rights and the resources available to them. By encouraging in discussions about their goals and the support that they need, students learn to communicate their needs effectively and advocate for themselves in various settings. It also prepares them for getting ready to lead their own IEP transition component at a meeting that you have with the team. To ensure that all of the students benefit from this section, educators are encouraged to implement differentiated instruction strategies, provide peer support, and utilize assistive technology. And by fostering an inclusive environment with these things, teachers are able to help their students with diverse abilities to actively participate in the transition planning process as mandated in IDEA or the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. You can do this also in collaboration with DVR or the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, and also with other support providers in adult service agencies. This key serves as a vital tool in preparing students for successful transitions, instilling hope and a sense of agency as they move toward adulthood. Key number 8 in the Keys to High School and Beyond program focuses on empowering students to take an active role in their individualized education plan or their IEPs and transition planning. This is probably my favorite key of all of the 14 keys. It's critical for students to This key is critical for students, particularly those with moderate to severe disabilities, as it prepares them to lead their own IEP meeting and advocate for their own needs and goals effectively. The essence of key number 8 lies in fostering self-advocacy and self-determination. It emphasizes the importance of equipping students with the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence necessary to understand their IEPs, to articulate their goals, and to communicate their preferences during meetings. This preparation is essential as IEP meetings often involve multiple adults discussing the student's progress and future plans, which can be intimidating for students. By preparing them in advance, students can help alleviate anxiety and empower students to engage meaningfully in discussions about their education. To effectively implement key number 8, educators should focus on several key components. First, understanding the IEP process, students need to be familiar with the IEP process, including the purpose of the meeting, the roles of various participants, and the components of the IEP document itself. And educators should break down these elements into manageable parts, including clear language and visual aids to enhance comprehension. Self-advocacy skills is also encouraged in this key. Teaching self-advocacy skills is crucial. This includes helping students identify their strengths, their challenges, their preferences, as well as encouraging them to express their needs and desires confidently. Role-playing scenarios can be effective in the practice of really getting these skills understood and engaged in a very supportive environment. You can do that in your classroom. Goal setting is another huge part of this program. Goal setting is another major component of key number 8. Students should be involved in setting their own goals, which should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. They should be SMART goals. And educators can guide students in identifying personal aspirations and translating them into actionable goals that can be included in their IEPs. And that's a great thing to do in collaboration with the students. Preparation for meetings is another big part of this. Prior to the IEP meeting, students should be given the opportunity to prepare, maybe during your class time or a time that's most convenient for everybody. This includes reviewing the IEP, understanding their current goals, and discussing what accommodations they may need. Students can facilitate mock meetings to help students practice leading discussions and presenting their goals. Also, encourage participation. During the actual IEP meeting, students should be encouraged to take an active role. This may involve introducing themselves, sharing their progress, and discussing their goals and accommodations. Educators can provide support by sitting alongside the student and prompting them wherever needed. Reflection and feedback is another big part of this. After the IEP meeting, it's important for students to reflect on their experience. Educators should provide constructive feedback and discuss what went well and what could be improved on in future meetings. This reflection helps reinforce learning and builds confidence for subsequent IEP meetings. And it also helps the students to know that not every meeting is going to go perfectly. Sometimes we need to revisit an IEP to really get a more clear picture of what's needed to be added or adjusted in the IEP process. By focusing on these components, key number 8 serves as a vital framework for preparing students to lead their own IEP meetings. It emphasizes the importance of starting this preparation early in a student's educational journey, ensuring that they have ample time to develop the necessary skills and the confidence. Ultimately, this key empowers students to take ownership of their education, advocate for their needs, and participate actively in shaping their own future. Key number 9 of the Keys to High School and Beyond is the culminating project of the students' effort throughout the previous keys, where they gather and showcase all of the work that they have done and completed. And this section is designed to help students synthesize all of that learning and their experiences, presenting a comprehensive visual portfolio that really reflects their personal growth, their aspirations, and their transition planning process. In this key, students are guided to organize their work into coherent sections, ensuring that every aspect of the journey is represented. The organization not only helps the students reflect on their progress, but it also allows them to see the connections between their experiences, their strengths, and their future goals. For students who really struggle with executive functioning, this is really important for them to follow step-by-step process to learn what goes into the full transition plan. By curating images and materials that resonate with the individual stories, students create a powerful narrative that highlights their unique identities and aspirations. The process of creating a visual portfolio not only in assembling the information, it also is an opportunity for students to engage in self-reflection and self-advocacy. This is really fun to be done with other students as well. As they select images and content, maybe they're talking about it with their peers and represent their interests. They might see some crossover of different interests with their peers or peer coaches, and they share their strengths and their goals. They learn to articulate all of their needs and desires much more clearly. This newfound skill to express themselves is crucial as they prepare to transition to adulthood, where self-advocacy becomes an essential skill in navigating education, employment, and community life. Key number 9 emphasizes the importance of sharing this portfolio with others, like a support provider with an adult service agency, a DVR counselor, or somebody else who will be supporting them after high school. This could also include other teachers or family members, their peers, and by presenting their work, students not only gain the confidence in their communication skills, but it also fosters connections with those who can assist them in achieving their goals. This sharing aspect reinforces the idea that they are not alone on their journey. They have a network of support ready for them to succeed. For educators, key number 9 provides a framework to facilitate the process. Teachers can encourage students to practice their presentation skills, offer constructive feedback, and create a supportive environment where students feel comfortable sharing their portfolios with others. Additionally, teachers can adapt the project to meet the diverse needs of their students, including those with moderate to severe disabilities, by alternating methods of expression and support. In summary, key number 9 is a vital component of the Keys to High School and beyond, and it allows students to compile and present their work in a meaningful way. This key not only showcases the achievements, but also empowers them to advocate for themselves, fostering a sense of ownership over their future and the support that they will need to navigate the steps in their lives. Key number 10 is best done just after high school in an 18 to 21 adult transition program, or sometime soon after high school is completed for adults. It's intended to really help the students to reflect on their process of transitioning from high school and what it means now to be in the world of adulthood, marking a significant milestone in the student's life. This section really emphasizes the importance of graduation, not as an endpoint, but as a vital stepping stone into the adult world, where students will encounter new responsibilities, new opportunities, and challenges. As students engage with key number 10, they are encouraged to reflect on their experiences leading up to graduation and to consider what it means to be an adult. The reflection is essential for fostering self-awareness and self-advocacy as students begin to understand their strengths, interests, and aspirations in the adult world. The activities and prompts in this section guide students in exploring their adult responsibilities, such as managing finances, pursuing further education or training, and engaging with their communities. By contemplating these aspects, students can better prepare themselves for the realities of adult life. The importance of this transition cannot be overstated. For many of our students, especially those with disabilities, moving into adulthood can be daunting. Key number 10 provides a framework for understanding that adulthood comes with both freedoms and responsibilities. It encourages students to think critically about their futures, including their career goals, their personal relationships, and community involvement. This proactive approach helps students to envision a life beyond high school, filled with possibilities and opportunities for growth. Overall, key number 10 serves as a rite of passage, symbolizing the shift from the structured environment of high school to the more independent and often unpredictable world of adulthood. This transition is not only just about leaving high school, it's about stepping into a new identity as an adult. By recognizing this shift, students can embrace the challenges that come with it, fostering resilience and adaptability. In summary, key number 10 is vital for students as they navigate the complexities of entering the adult world. It equips them with the tools and insights needed to advocate for themselves, make informed decisions, and take charge of their own futures. By engaging in this section, students are not only preparing for the next chapter of their lives, but also gaining confidence and skills necessary to thrive as independent adults. Key number 11, My Work Information, at its core, involves understanding one's own needs, rights, and abilities and effectively communicating them to others. In the context of employment, this means that students must learn to articulate their strengths, request necessary accommodations, and engage in open dialogue with employers and coworkers. Key number 11 provides a structured framework for students to develop these essential self-advocacy skills. This section includes various assessments and activities that encourage students to reflect on their work-related strengths and areas of improvement. By identifying their unique skills, students gain a clearer understanding and a sense of their value in the workplace, which is foundational in the self-advocacy process and learning those skills. Understanding what they bring to the table empowers students to speak up for their capabilities and seek opportunities that align with their strengths. Additionally, key number 11 addresses workplace expectations, social skills, and communication strategies. Students learn how to interact appropriately with coworkers, report absences. A script is provided for them so they know how to do that, and they engage in conversations that foster positive relationships. These skills are vital for self-advocacy, as effective communication is key to expressing needs and preferences in a professional setting. This section emphasizes the importance of understanding one's rights as an employee, including the right to request accommodations. Students are encouraged to practice how to approach their employers about their needs, whether it involves adjustment to the work environment or specific support to help them perform the tasks that they're asked to do effectively. This practice not only builds confidence, but it also reinforces the idea that advocating for oneself is a normal and necessary part of being a successful employee. In summary, key number 11 serves as a comprehensive guide for students with disabilities to develop self-advocacy skills in the workplace by fostering all of that self-awareness, self-communication, the effective communication that they need, and understanding the rights and responsibilities that they have. This section empowers students to take charge of their employment journey. As they transition into the workforce, they will be better equipped to advocate for themselves, ensuring that they can thrive in their chosen careers and contribute meaningfully to their communities. Key number 12, My Adult Service Agencies, is designed to empower students as they transition into adulthood. This section emphasizes the importance of fostering meaningful relationships with adult service agencies, such as the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, or DVR, and other support organizations. These agencies play a vital role, providing essential services, including career exploration, job coaching, and job development, which are instrumental in helping students achieve their personal and professional goals. At the heart of key number 12 is the belief that students should have a voice in their interactions with these agencies. This empowerment is essential for several reasons. First, when students actively participate in discussions about their needs and preferences, they're more likely to receive tailored support that aligns with their individual aspirations. This collective approach not only enhances the effectiveness of services provided, but also fosters a sense of ownership over the journey toward independence. This section guides students in collecting important contact information for various adult service agencies, especially for when you go to a transition resource fair and meet with different agencies that could be supporting in the future. It encourages them to evaluate their communication skills and reflect on their experiences. And by engaging in this process, students learn to articulate their goals, preferences, and any challenges that they might face. This self-advocacy is a critical skill that will serve them well as they navigate the complexities of adult life. Moreover, overall, key number 12 emphasizes the importance of building strong, trusted relationships with job coaches and agency representatives. These relationships are foundational to the success of students as they transition from high school to the workforce. When students feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns, they are more likely to receive the guidance and support that they need to overcome obstacles and seize opportunities. A positive perspective is essential in this journey. By viewing their interactions with adult service agencies as collaborative partnerships, students can approach these relationships with optimism and with confidence. They're encouraged to see themselves as active participants in their future rather than passive participants and recipients of services. This mindset not only enhances their self-esteem, but it also motivates them to take initiative in pursuing their career goals. So in summary, key number 12, My Adult Service Agencies, is a vital resource that empowers students to engage meaningfully with adult service agencies by fostering self-advocacy, encouraging open communication, and promoting positive relationships with job coaches and agency representatives. This section equips students with the tools they need to navigate their transition to adulthood successfully. It instills a sense of hope and agency, enabling them to envision a future where they can achieve their dreams and lead fulfilling lives. Key number 13, part of the Keys to High School and Beyond program, is designed to equip students with essential financial management skills that are crucial for their journey toward independent living and self-advocacy. This section emphasizes the importance of applying functional academic skills learned in school to real-world situations, particularly as students transition into the workforce and begin managing their own finances. At its core, key number 13 focuses on several key areas. First, budgeting skills. Students learn how to create and maintain a budget, which is a fundamental skill for managing personal finances. This involves understanding income sources, such as wages from a job, and categorizing expenses, including housing, utilities, food, transportation, and entertainment. And by practicing budgeting, students can make informed decisions about their spending, prioritize their needs, and save for the future. Record keeping is also a really key element in this. Keeping accurate records of income and expenses is vital for financial management. Key number 13 teaches students how to track their spending habits, which can help them identify areas where they can cut costs or save money. This skill is particularly important for ensuring safety and privacy when handling finances. It allows individuals to monitor their accounts for any unauthorized transactions and maintain control over their financial information. Also, understanding financial safety. As students begin to earn their own money, they must be educated about financial safety and potential risks for exploitation. Key number 13 highlights the importance of recognizing scams and understanding how to protect oneself from fraud. Students learn to be cautious about sharing personal information and to seek advice from trusted individuals when faced with financial decisions. Also, functional life skills. This section emphasizes the importance of functional academic skills in everyday life. For example, students can practice using their math skills to calculate their budget, reading skills to understand financial documents, and organizational skills to keep their financial records in order. These skills are not only essential for managing money, but also for navigating various aspects of independent living. Real-world application. That's another major focus of key number 13. It encourages students to take the knowledge that they have gained in the classroom and apply them to real-world scenarios. This includes role-playing situations where they might need to make financial decisions such as negotiating a salary, paying bills, or making purchases. By simulating these experiences, students can build confidence and competence in managing their finances. Another is support and resources. This program also emphasizes the importance of seeking support and identifying and utilizing available resources. Students are encouraged to connect with financial counselors or family members that are trusted and give good advice, or community organizations that can provide guidance and assistance as they navigate their financial responsibilities. By focusing on these areas, key number 13 empowers students to take charge of their financial futures. It prepares them for the realities of independent living by instilling practical skills that will serve them well in their personal and their professional lives. Ultimately, the goal is to foster a sense of confidence and independence, enabling students to advocate for themselves and make informed decisions and choices as they transition into adulthood. Key number 14, My Independence, serves as the last key and the culminating conclusion of the Keys to High School and Beyond program, focusing on the essential goal of independent living and launching students into their lives after high school. This key is designed to empower students to take charge of their futures, equipping them with the skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to navigate the complexities of adulthood. As the final key, My Independence encapsulates the journey of self-discovery and self-advocacy that students have been on through the program. It emphasizes the importance of understanding personal needs, preferences, and aspirations as they prepare to transition into a world of greater autonomy. This key encourages students to envision them in their future with their living situations, whether that involves sharing a home with roommates or learning to live independently, or if it's with their family that they've been throughout their lives. They want to be as independent as possible with wherever they are, and to articulate their preferences for creating a comfortable and supportive living environment. Throughout this section, students engage in practical activities that foster essential life skills. They create a preferred grocery list, they practice grocery shopping, and learn to budget effectively, all of which are vital components of independent living. By sharing their preferences and recording their needs for personal living spaces, young adults gain a sense of ownership and responsibility for their environments. My Independence addresses the critical aspects of living with others. Young adults will learn to identify agreements made with roommates, understand shared responsibilities, and navigate the dynamics of positive interactions. They are equipped with the strategies to handle conflicts and to seek support when challenges arise, fostering resilience and problem-solving skills that will serve them well into future endeavors. This section also encourages students to dream big about their future adventures. By planning vacations, creating travel budgets, and organizing itineraries, students learn the importance of financial planning and preparation for new experiences. This not only enhances their organizational skills, but it also instills a sense of excitement and possibility as they look forward to exploring the world around them. As educators, you play such an important role, and it's really a transformative journey that you're on with your students. Your encouragement, your guidance, and support are crucial as students take flight in their self-advocacy and IEP transition planning. By fostering an inclusive and empowering environment, you help students recognize their strengths, articulate their needs, and advocate for themselves as they step into adulthood. As you conclude this program, remember that you are not just teaching skills. You are igniting a sense of hope and a possibility of many different situations in your students. You are equipping them with tools to navigate their futures with confidence and independence, celebrate their achievements, no matter how small, and encourage them to embrace the journey ahead. Together, let's launch their lives after high school, where self-advocacy takes flight and independence becomes a reality.